Gold has officially shattered the $5,000 ceiling, but while the mainstream media is busy dissecting the new floor for the yellow metal, the real story, the one that will define the greatest wealth transfer of the 21st century, is the accelerating terminal collapse of the physical silver supply. Tonight, we are moving beyond $100. We are talking about an industrial supply shock that the talking heads on Wall Street are completely ignoring. And if you're currently holding your wealth in digital contracts or paper silver ETFs, you're standing on the edge of a systemic reset. For decades, the global silver market has been managed through a fractional reserve lie, trading hundreds of paper ounces for every single physical bar held in a vault. But in March 2026, the physical reality has finally caught up with the paper fiction. The quiet takeover by industrial giants and sovereign nations has drained the global registered inventories to a point of no return. When the COMEX finally runs dry, we aren't just looking at a price hike. We are looking at the total disappearance of silver from the open market. Welcome back to Signal Scope Markets. To understand why $100 is just the starting line, you have to realize that silver has officially transitioned from a precious metal into industrial oxygen. In 2026, we are no longer just talking about silverware or jewelry. We are talking about the physical backbone of the AI revolution and the global green energy transition. Every high-performance AI chip manufactured by NVIDIA, every 5G tower erected in the US, and every next-generation solar panel produced globally requires silver. There is no cheaper substitute, and more importantly, there is no plan B. This industrial hunger has created a death grip on available supply. We are seeing a 200 million ounce annual deficit that has been plugged for years by draining the last remaining exchange vaults. But tonight, those vaults are hitting tank bottoms. Once the deliverable bars are gone, the paper market simply ceases to function as a price discovery mechanism, and the real value of silver enters a parabolic phase that few are prepared for. The most dangerous aspect for the US investor is the shadow market that has emerged in the early months of 2026. While the screen says silver is breaking through $90 or $95, the industrial reality is that major corporations like Tesla, Apple, and Samsung are already bypassing the COMEX entirely. They are signing massive multi-year direct-to-mine offtake agreements, effectively stripping the supply before it can ever reach a public exchange. This means the spot price you see on your brokerage app is becoming a ghost price. It represents a metal that the exchange no longer actually possesses in tradable quantities. When the remaining shorts on the COMEX are called for delivery and the vault doors swing open to reveal nothing but empty racks, the force majeure clauses will be triggered. Your paper silver wealth will be settled in depreciating cash at a price dictated by the failing exchange, while the physical metal gaps to $400 and beyond in a private secondary market that you can't access. The supply shock is being exacerbated by a new silver curtain that has fallen across the globe. In early 2026, China, the world's dominant refiner of high-purity silver, implemented a strategic export ban. They aren't interested in trading their physical atoms for your digital paper dollars anymore. They are hoarding silver to fuel their own technological dominance in the EV and AI sectors. This geopolitical strangling has left the Western world in a physical vacuum. The US investor is now caught in a pincer movement. On one side, an insatiable, non-negotiable industrial demand, and on the other, a geopolitical rival that has cut off the tap. This is the structural reality that makes $100 silver a mathematical inevitability. We are witnessing the destruction of the global supply chain in real time. If we look at the historical data, the roadmap is clear. During the 1980 silver squeeze, the gold to silver ratio collapsed from 80 to 1 down to 15 to 1 in a matter of months. In 2026, with gold firmly established above its $5,000 floor, a return to that historical 15 to 1 ratio, which simply reflects the actual geological abundance of silver in the earth, its crust puts the price of silver at a staggering $333 per ounce. But the transition from $100 to $400 will be the most violent and volatile period in market history. You should expect exchange holidays, massive overnight margin hikes of 50% or more, and a total freeze on retail silver purchases, as the big banks scramble to grab the last remaining ounces for their own survival. They are using the current price levels as a kill zone to hunt stops and shake out the last of the retail paper holders, hoping to secure your silver before the window slams shut. The death of paper silver is no longer a conspiracy theory. It is an incoming mathematical certainty. For years, bullion banks have sold naked shorts, selling silver they did not own to keep prices suppressed and protect the fiat currency. But you cannot short an atom, and you cannot print a silver bar. In 2026, the banks are trapped. They cannot buy back their shorts because there is no metal available, and they cannot continue to short because the industrial buyers are taking physical delivery and walking away. This is the ultimate short squeeze. When the big shorts are finally forced to cover, they will be bidding against sovereign nations and the largest tech companies on Earth. In that environment, the price doesn't just climb, it explodes, moving $30 or $40 in a single trading session. For the US investor, the message tonight is one of extreme urgency. The window to secure physical silver at accessible prices is closing. We are entering a world where silver will be priced like a strategic defense component, not a commodity. Your wealth is only as secure as your ability to verify its physical location. If your silver exists only as a number on a brokerage statement, you are an unsecured creditor to a system that is currently out of time and out of inventory. As we move toward the end of 2026, the quiet takeover will be remembered as the moment the smart money cornered the market on the one element that makes the modern world possible. The era of cheap paper-backed silver is dead, and the era of the $400 physical reality has begun. You have to decide tonight whether you want to be a victim of the supply shock or one of the few who saw the curtain falling and secured their position before the lights went out.